Welcome back to Catalyst University. My name is Kevin Tokoph. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for future videos and notifications. In the previous video, we actually discussed the catabolism for glucuronic acid, which is a derivative sugar of glucose in humans and many other organisms. And we saw that glucuronic acid can be shunted into this pathway in blue, and ultimately its degradation towards D-xylulose can be shunted into the pentose phosphate pathway, also called the hexose monophosphate shunt. Now, the true branch point in this metabolic pathway is gulonic acid, not directly glucuronic acid. And that's because it's actually gulonic acid that can be converted into, indirectly, xylulose. But this gulonic acid can also go up in this pathway. And going up is going to take us into vitamin C biosynthesis. And that's actually what we're going to cover in this video. Alright, so here we have our glucuronic acid, or glucuronate. Now, glucuronate reductase is going to perform the reduction here on position 5 on the sugar ring, and that's going to use electrons from NADPH, and that's ultimately going to open the ring into gulonate or galonic acid. Now, this galonic acid is going to be cyclized by an enzyme called galano-1,4-lactone hydrolase. So what this is going to do is it's going to generate a lactone. This ring has a cyclic ester in it. That's what a lactone is. And this molecule is going to more and more resemble ascorbic acid or vitamin C. All right, so galano-1,4-lactone is now going to react with an enzyme that's going to use molecular oxygen. This is called galano-1,4-lactone oxidase. So it's going to convert this molecule into 2-keto-L-galano-1,4-lactone. Notice what happens is this hydroxyl group on the wedge right here, on this carbon where my mouse is, gets oxidized into a carbonyl. Okay? And what will happen essentially is this molecule will undergo a spontaneous reaction without any need for an enzyme into ascorbate, also called ascorbic acid or vitamin C. Now, in the vast majority of organisms, this process occurs. Okay? Most organisms are able to perform the biosynthesis of vitamin C. However, there are some organisms that are not able to do this. And those are going to be guinea pigs, seems kind of random, fruit bats, and then members of Haplorini, or haplorhines. What haplorhines are is they are a certain kind of primate. They're the dry-nose primates. And we are dry-nose primates. So pretty much most of the upper-level primates that we would normally think of, chimpanzees, gorillas, humans, we belong to this group, Haplorini, and we do not possess a functional form of this enzyme, galano-1,4-lactone oxidase. And neither do fruit bats or guinea pigs. And so really, any of these organisms, so guinea pigs, fruit bats, and larger great apes, so old world monkeys, and these are going to be the dry-nosed monkeys, so haplorhines, so apes, humans, chimps, none of these organisms are going to be able to actually generate vitamin C biosynthetically. Therefore, as a result, every one of these organisms is going to require vitamin C, or ascorbate, as an essential vitamin. It's an essential vitamin for us. And that's really because we possess what's called a GULO, or that's the abbreviation for this enzyme, galano-1,4-lactone oxidase, or GULO. We possess a GULO pseudogene. Okay? So it's a pseudogene because we do have a gene for it, but it's just become incredibly mutated over time to where it has no function. Another example of a pseudogene that I've done a video on in the past is urate oxidase. Humans, and really only upper-level primates such as chimpanzees, also lack a functional gene for urate oxidase, meaning we have the gene, it's just non-functional. That's what a pseudogene is. We have a GULO pseudogene, meaning we cannot perform this final conversion of galano-1,4-lactone into ascorbate, or really directly 2-keto-galano-1,4-lactone. We cannot do the final reaction, and so we cannot synthesize vitamin C. That's going to cause us to need it as an essential vitamin. In fact, if you ever go to a pet store and you buy guinea pig food is going to be especially made for guinea pigs because it has to have vitamin C. If you were to give a guinea pig a food for another animal other than guinea pigs, it might actually not be so healthy and may develop things like scurvy or any other potential condition associated with vitamin C deficiency, because guinea pigs have to have food that is infused with vitamin C. Now, fruit bats don't have a problem with this because they eat fruit, mostly. Okay, and fruit has a very high concentration of vitamin C. Humans are certainly more carnivorous than any other primate species for the most part. We're really the only other primates that naturally eat steak, chicken, all sorts of stuff. But this is one of the reasons why humans are thought to be omnivores. We can't make vitamin C. There is vitamin C in some animal products, such as the liver. Liver has a lot of vitamin C in it, but most humans nowadays do not consume the liver when they consume foods that are animal-based, and so it's just best if we actually are omnivorous, so we get a mixture of vegetable fruits and then also animal products. Okay? But these are the three primary types of organisms that possess GULO pseudogenes, meaning we have the gene, it's just not functional, and therefore we can't do this last biosynthetic transformation. And I'm going to go over this in another video, but I want to just mention very quickly that vitamin C, its major function is going to be as an antioxidant. Okay, it's an antioxidant. So what that means is ascorbic acid or ascorbate is going to be able to scavenge for free radicals. Free radicals are very, very dangerous in biological systems. They damage proteins, they damage genetic information such as DNA, and they cause a whole host of problems for the cell. In fact, if you do some research on this, there's one theory about aging in people, and it's that aging is partly or maybe solely contributed by accumulation of free radicals. Telomere shortening, so the shortening of the ends of your chromosomes, has actually been shown to be related to the availability of free radicals. And one of the ways you can get rid of these harmful free radicals is by consuming enough antioxidants, one of which is going to be vitamin C. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention about this pseudogene, this GULO pseudogene that's not present in humans, is that it's very interesting that we have two major antioxidants in the blood. Most people don't know this. Vitamin C is one antioxidant in the blood, but it's only the second contributing antioxidant. The first and most important contributing antioxidant is actually uric acid. And I find it interesting that we actually lack functional genes that deal with both vitamin C and uric acid. I told you in this video we have a GULO pseudogene, meaning we can't generate vitamin C, and yet it's the second most predominant antioxidant in the blood. But also, as I mentioned in a previous video, we have a urate oxidase pseudogene. So we don't have the ability to get rid of urate oxidase, and urate oxidase happens to be the #1 contributing antioxidant in the blood. All right. So hopefully this video and the previous one gave you a good understanding of what happens to glucuronic acid or glucuronate, but also we see in this video that glucuronate in many organisms can be an extremely important source or a biosynthetic tool for the production of ascorbic acid or vitamin C. And really, for humans and fruit bats and guinea pigs alike, we're going to be forced to obtain that vitamin C or ascorbic acid from our diet, and honestly, a supplement is a really good way to go, because considering the standard American diet where most of us are going to be deficient in one thing or another or many things, it's just best probably to take a supplement to make for certain that you're getting enough of this very important and essential vitamin. So hopefully this video made some sense to you and you learned a little bit about the biosynthetic pathway for vitamin C. Please make sure to like this